Word cloud. There you go.
Hi, guys. Well, welcome to our very final Red Hot Call for 2021. We actually began this in February, and Jennifer was our only red jacket. So to watch this red hot family grow has been so exciting and such a powerful part of our month. And I know all of us would agree that Red Hot Call has been one of the highlights of my month, as the conversation has just been elevated. It's been more intimate and powerful. And so tonight is something so exciting. And you guys, am so honored to get to share with you my personal takeaways from being a guest at the $1 Million Reunion for 2021. And so my prayer as you are listening is that you are stirred in your soul. My prayer is that you walk away from my takeaways and something that is said is resonated to the very bottom of your soul, that it just you can't sleep tonight, because that's how I felt walking away from the $1 Million Reunion. And so I'm actually gonna pray over us as we get started, because when I tell you that I'm already excited and jittery and maybe a little bit sweaty, it's because I really believe that something that I'm going to share with you is something that we have all been praying for. Okay. And I will also tell you too, that a lot of what I'm going to say is not anything really by me, but I am really just taking what I heard from these amazing women and I'm passing it on to you. And so, yeah, okay, I'm going to pray for us and we'll get started tonight. So God, I just pray right now that you be with every single one of us, God, where we are in our homes, no matter where we are, these last 3 days of 2021, no matter how this year has gone, that we can really just lay it down and surrender it to you. And we can lean in at this very moment to just soak up these words. God, I know that all of us have been called. I know each of us have been appointed, and each and every one of us have been given a very specific, unique, and special assignment. And so, God, I just pray that we would have the confidence, the courage, and the bravery and faith to go after it and to trust the process in which you have called us to do. May this night glorify you more than anything. And may the words that are said, may they be acted upon as a way to honor you. You are good and we love you. In your name I pray. Amen. Okay, you guys. So I think what is really important to tell you guys about the $1 Million Reunion. The $1 Million Reunion this is the second time it has ever happened in our company's history. National Sales Directors Jan Thetford and Kim McClure felt called a few years ago to bring $1 Million directors together for the very first time in 2019. Linda Tupin, National Sales Director Emeritus, has been a $1 Million director. Are you ready for this? Over 26 times. As a $1 Million director, and because she was a national, she was allowed to bring 2 guests in 2019. Well, to even be considered to be invited, you have to be driving a pink Cadillac. And in 2019, I remember when Linda made that announcement and I missed the qualifications. I remember being disappointed. I remember being frustrated, embarrassed, angry, and downright jealous, to be honest. I mean, that that's what it comes to. I was going to be jealous that I was not getting to go to this very first time ever $1 Million Reunion. You guys, I think one of the things that I've learned, even in these last 2 years, looking at that season to this season, is how you act in the valley will forever determine how your victory happens. So here we are, a year and a half later, June of 2021, and Linda has reached out again and has said to us, the $1 Million Reunion is happening again. And I am looking to take 3 women as my guests, because at this point, Linda is a $1 million director, and then Katie is also a $1 million director. So between the 2 of them, they get 3 guests. And so she was looking for most improved, who had improved, increased, and grown. And so I, in that moment, reached out to her and said, I will do whatever it takes to be in this space of people who challenge how I think. And so the first thing I want to tell you guys is it is worth every no. It is worth every party. It is worth every sale. It is worth every interview to be in this space of people who are better than you. Because when you are in this space of people who are better than you, your mind will forever be expanded. How you think will forever be transformed. You will not get better hanging around people that you are always better than. Y'all hear that, right? You're not going to get better when you're already hanging around people who you are already doing better than. And so I have to tell you this. The Thursday before I was supposed to go, my travel plans all went up in flames. And we all know this because right before events happen, I believe that the devil attacks you in any way, shape, or form. So if there is ever a training, an event, a class, a workshop, and something abnormal happens to you, please laugh and say, Satan, you have no power over the next 24, 48 hours, because my travel plans literally went up in the air, and now I had no way to get there, no car, no plans, blah, 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 blah. And I promise y'all, I did have a plan. And she literally told me 2 days before, 2 days before we were supposed to leave, that it was not going to work. So I was like, okay. And I looked at Jordan and I said, maybe I'm not supposed to go. And Jordan was like, no, we're going to figure this out. And I am like a blubbering mess, you guys, because I'm like, how am I going to figure this out? So, and this is kind of funny, and I think some of you guys will be shocked about this. I hate traveling alone in airports. Like, I know it's the weirdest thing. I don't do it. I drive. Literally, I will drive 12 hours. I will drive 15 hours. And anytime I fly, and I know Mary and Heidi, I don't know if Heidi knew this. I always fly with my husband. So it's not something I do ever by myself. And I did not realize it was kind of something I was so nervous about. And so Jordan and I are sitting at the table, and he was like, are you really going to let something so small rob you of something that could be so great? This is even before I'm going to $1 Million Weekend. And I was like, we're going to figure this baby out. I'm going to figure this out. And so you guys, I just do the way our family schedule worked. I ended up flying into Pennsylvania at like 11 p.m. on Monday, and then rented a car by myself, which has never happened. And for those of you who've ever traveled with me, I am not the one to do these things, because usually I'm the one who messes them up. So I land in Pennsylvania, and I have to go. It's like I said, it's very, very late. And I have to go to the budget place. And then I walk out to the parking garage, and it is pitch black, you guys. It is pitch black. I'm like, this is where I'm going to die. Like, this is where I'm going to die. And I'm telling you guys this because I'm like freaking out. I'm not even exaggerating. I know I can tend to be a little bit of an exaggerator, but I am not exaggerating. So I FaceTime Jordan, and I'm like, you have to stay on the phone with me until I get to my car, which my car was the farthest car away in the parking garage. I finally get there, and I sit in there. I'm like, okay, now I only have 90 minutes to drive. I get to Nemacolin at 1:30 in the morning, and my sweet roommate, Kelly Cooper, waited up for me. And you guys, as I drove up the hill, I literally stopped and I couldn't breathe because it was so breathtaking. I mean, y'all, the pictures do not even do justice. Like, it was the most beautiful place, and it was magical. Like, I literally felt like I had just stepped into a Hallmark movie, and I was like, whoa, this is going to be extraordinary. So as I'm even coming into this place, I'm like, oh my word, I already am like nervous that I'm walking into a fancy place, right? Because I don't really feel like a 5-star kind of person. Like, I feel like I had to be like careful about like how I signed my name on my receipt. And I was like, am I being like, fancy enough? Fancy enough? And so you guys, I was so nervous walking in. And I want to tell you guys this because I think sometimes we're always afraid of the next level because we're afraid that we're not going to fit in to the next level, whatever the next level looks like, right? Like, we all have a new level that we could come into. Here I am coming to this new place with these top $1 million directors, some of the best inner circle national sales directors of our company. And here I am from Olathe, Kansas, grew up in St. Joe, Missouri, like never have rented a car by myself ever before. Never. Maybe partly because I haven't been old enough, but still, like, it just, I'm trying to put this picture. And I remember being like, am I gonna fit in? Like, am I, as I sit among these leaders, like, am I going to be able to like learn from these women and lead like these women? Like, holy cow. These are all my thoughts as I'm coming into Nemacolin. I'm already there. And you know what I realized as I walked in? Is I'm not supposed to lead like them. And neither are you. I'm not supposed to lead like Gloria. I'm not supposed to lead like Pam. I'm not supposed to lead like Kristen. I'm not supposed to lead like Callie. I'm not supposed to lead like Priscilla. I'm not supposed to lead like these amazing leaders like Suzanne or Linda or Kathy. I'm not supposed to lead like those women. I'm supposed to lead like Maya. You guys, level 10 women are not intimidated by other level 10 women. The amount of confidence, welcomeness, excitement, level 10 women are not intimidated by others' success, talents, or skills. In fact, they welcome it. They encourage it. They cheer for it. And you know why? Because they know that they can learn from it. These women, even just coming into the room, coming into the place, I already felt a sense of belonging because they embraced who I am. And I say that to you today because if there is one thing that I believe holds people back from going to the next level, is because a lot of us are afraid that we wouldn't belong at the next level. Whatever that next level looks like, whether it's earning the car, whether it's becoming the director, whether it's stepping into the pink Cadillac, the trip, or whatever million looks like. None of us have done that. We don't know yet. But here's what I do know is that room was the most welcoming room I have ever been a part of because they have a level 10 confidence. It reminds me of the quote that says, you will never be criticized by women who are doing more than you. And I was just literally speechless of just how it felt to be in that room. And so when I tell you it is worth the work, it is worth maybe the frustration, it is worth the tears, it is worth the time, it is worth the effort, it is worth the planning, it is worth the delegating, it is worth whatever it is to be in that kind of a space. It is worth it. Because while you guys hear $1 Million Reunion, I'm telling you, I went to a life-altering, changing experience, not just for my business, but for my head and my heart and my soul. Okay, so hold on, pause just one second. Kari unlocked the door. Hey, Jordan, can you come get the door? And Kari? Sorry, I thought I locked it. Okay, so there are actually 7 big takeaways that I wanted to communicate with y'all tonight. Those were just the feelings that I had getting there and being prepared to be there. But here are the 7 big takeaways that I heard from a multitude of $1 million directors who spoke and trained and led over the weekend. I think I listened to, oh my gosh, probably 25 or so different leaders over the course of being there. And so lots of different women, lots of different age ranges, lots of different personalities, lots of different leading styles. I mean, everything and anything that you possibly could imagine. Women who were super bold in how they dress, and women who were very classy in how they dress, women who were very simple. You saw cheetah and you saw black, like black attire. I'm just trying to give you a vision of what it like also physically looked like. It was just so diverse. And so my number 1, all types of leaders are needed in this company. Let me tell you all something. We are in a very big transition season in our company. We are watching pioneers of our company retire, which means that the next generation of leaders who will carry on Mary Kay Ash's legacy have this beautiful privilege of passing on our company. Our company needs leaders of excellence, integrity, faith, vision, and loyalty. Ladies, you have been given an assignment. You have been given an assignment. And if you do not take that assignment and fulfill it, God is going to take that assignment and give it to someone else who is faithful with it. One of the speakers talked about the parable of the master who had given the talents, and one, he had given 5 and he went and doubled it. And one, he had given 3 and he went and doubled it. And then the last servant, he gave 1 and he went and buried it and hid it in the ground so nothing bad would happen to it. He did nothing to it. And he scolded this servant because he was lazy with what he had been given. And he had done nothing. And you guys, I feel like so many of us, for whatever reason, we're wanting something different. We're expecting something more. And we are unwilling to take the assignment that has already been given to us because we're waiting for something different when we have been unfaithful with the assignment we have already been given. So what is the assignment that you have been given right now that you need to be faithful to, that you need to fulfill, that you need to pull up your sleeves and say, I have to do this? That assignment has been handpicked for you. Handpicked for you, for your family, for this season in your life, for your community, your husband, your children, your grandchildren, your church, your community, your friend group. That assignment has been given to you. And I don't know about you, but at the end of my life, I want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant, for the assignment that you've been given. I don't want to hear, oh my gosh, these are all the things I could have given you, but you were unfaithful with what I had already given to you. So I couldn't bless you and I couldn't give you this because you were unwilling to be faithful over here. Number 2, are you working in a way to honor Mary Kay Ash? Do you know our founder? You guys, our culture is precious. And if we have forgotten that, let's all go spend a week in corporate America and then let's come back, and I'd rather have a bad day in Mary Kay than a bad day any other place, because our culture of God family, career, our culture of the golden rule. Our culture is precious. It is unique. It doesn't have to be defended because our culture is able to withstand generations of time. It's able to withstand technology and the changes, and culture will always trump trendiness. You guys, our Mary Kay culture is so powerful. And if we begin at ever to deter from it because we're trying to do the next big thing, we will lose what Mary Kay created. So are you working to make Mary Kay Ash proud? Are you honoring what she created? We can be with the times and work the Mary Kay way all the time. And I believe that. We are all very fortunate that our lineage was taught by Mary Kay Ash. And while sometimes, myself included, I might catch myself rolling my eyes at another quote, I realized and was really convicted that if I am not staying close to what Mary Kay taught, then the foundation of any of our Mary Kay businesses will not withstand. We can choose to build our foundation of our business on the rock, or we can choose to build our businesses on the foundation of the sand. I don't know, what are you wanting to do? Mary Kay was tough, you guys. And for those of us who never got the privilege of getting to meet her in person, I think sometimes we have this, I think this way that she was always really gentle and always really like grandmotherly. But one of the things that I learned while at the $1 Million Reunion is Mary Kay expected a lot because she knew you could do it. 10 party weeks were a normal. 5 new team members a month was normal. 10 to 20 new unit members for your unit a month was normal when Mary Kay was around. There wasn't bribery or bonuses the way that we have today. The pioneers who spoke talked about how she would be proud of how we've grown. They thought maybe, just maybe, she would be a little embarrassed at the work ethic of today's Mary Kay generation. Wow. How would you work a little bit differently, you guys, if maybe, just maybe, Mary Kay was sitting in your office? Okay, number 3. What blind spots do you have? It's really easy to look at other people and point out their blind spots. It's really easy to look at people even on your own team and point out their blind spots. But what blind spots have you been unwilling to change? Most blind spots have nothing to do with skill, but everything to do with discipline. A blind spot is an area in your life in which, you might procrastinate or put it off or just hope it goes away. Let me give you a few examples. The blind spot of busyness. The blind spot of being overwhelmed because you just refuse to delegate. The blind spot of knowing about your money. The blind spot of your attitude. The blind spot of having a closed door mentality, just to name a few. You guys, blind spots hurt us. These blind spots in our businesses usually are simple tweaks and disciplines that take a little bit of effort, but have a quantum leap impact in your business. Number 4, are you using your obstacle as a reason to propel you, or are you using your obstacle as an excuse? A big common denominator that I noticed from top directors and $1 million directors at this weekend wasn't that none of them were not having obstacles. In fact, some of them had unbelievably just things that I'm like, wow, like I have no excuse. And they found a way to do it anyway. I feel like today, many times we use obstacles as reasons not to work instead of using it to reason to work. I know we've all heard this been said before, but work when you can, because there are going to be days that you may not be able to work. And well, you want to be able to do and be where you need to be when and where you need to be there. But that means being intentional about your work, y'all. Being intentional. Number 5. Are you taking personal responsibility for your business, or are you always blaming your team? As leaders in this company, it's easy for us to say, well, my team's not doing anything, or no one's responding, or nobody's doing anything. Y'all, your team is not there to serve you. You are called, assigned, and appointed to serve your team. You can point fingers, or you can go gold medal and take personal responsibility of the trajectory of your business. If you want radical change from where you are, you have to be willing to do some radical work. And sometimes our radical work might be 30 faces in 30 days or a 10-show week. Number 6, the questions were different. Let me give you some examples. Have you guys ever said something along these lines? I hope I sell something today. I hope I sell something today. Anyone ever say something like that? Or you go in to do bookings and you're like, I hope I get a new booking today. Or I hope she says yes. Y'all catching my vibe, right? I hope she says yes. I hope she calls me back. La da 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 da. $1 million directors, they don't book because they hope it happens. They book to recruit their next new team member. They go to recruit their next new director. They expect star inventory orders. They expect red jackets to be born in their first 2 to 3 months of their business. They expect their team to attend trainings. You guys, the kind of questions were different. It wasn't, have you made your 5 booking calls today? It was, who have you shared Mary Kay with today? And who are you recruiting today? It was, who are you helping mentor up the career path on your date book today? It was, who's your next new DIQ today? It was another level of what was on the agenda. It was another level of focus. When you expect excellent victories, your day-to-day expectation also must rise. So when you want to go to that new level and you've been asking yourself the same question, well, today I'm going to make 5 booking attempts instead of saying I'm not done booking until I get 5 new bookings, is another level of a thought. Does that make sense? Or if you're like, I'm going to do the National Court of Sales this month. Okay, well, I'm not done selling today until I sell $200 every day, 5 days a week. Not I hope, or I'm going to try. It is an expectation of what is to be completed, and then it is not done until the job is done. The questions are different. It was interesting. I was having a conversation with $1 Million Director, Nikki McDaniel, and she is the daughter. Oh my gosh, her mom's name just left me. Oh my gosh, totally having brain fart. But anyway, her mom was a national. Okay, you guys. And she said that she was having a conversation about how her mom would think. And her mom, are you kidding? I kid you not, would say to Nikki, when you go into your next skincare class, ask yourself who's going to be the next director in the skincare class. Not even the next career chat, not even the next skincare set, not even the next Pearl call. Who in the skincare class is going to be your next director? I looked at Nikki and was like, I don't think I've ever gone into a skincare class thinking who's going to be my next director. And she said, that's the difference between $1 million director and a director who hopes something happens. She asks herself a new level of a question. Number 7, and this is my last tip for the evening. You attract what is valuable to you. You guys, we don't have to convince. We don't have to bribe. We don't even have to defend. You attract to your organization what you value, what you reflect, how you work, how you live, how you exude what you do. You attract. And if you haven't attracted that which you are wanting to create, you may have to ask yourself some really tough questions. What am I exuding? What am I displaying? How am I living? How am I speaking? Is my overall speaking uplifting and encouraging, or is it bringing others down? Am I taking the time to invest in myself so that my head and my heart and my soul are healthy? You attract what you value. You attract what you spend time on. You attract that which you want to create. So if you're looking at your life and you were like, what is going on? A lot of times it starts right here, right? It starts right here. Not just even here, you guys, but right down in here. Have you ever heard this song like, be careful little eyes, what you see, be careful little ears, what you hear, be careful, have you all heard that little song from Sunday school when we were growing up? Well, it is so incredibly true because we do attract what we value. And here's what I know. You all have something so beautiful, attractive, contagious, joyful about you. Ask yourself, are you letting it show? Are you walking in that every day? Or are you like hiding it under a bushel? Are you letting people blow it out? Are you telling people are people telling you you're too much? When people tell you you're too much, you know what you need to say? Am I too much? Or are you just basic is what you should say. My really good friend, Alyssa, she bought me these earrings and she was wearing them at a party a few weeks ago. And I just thought they were the most gorgeous earrings. And I said, they're too bold. And she said, what's too bold? I said, ooh, that's good. Where can I get those? Where can I get those? And you guys, here's what I know is bold people attract bold people. Loyal people attract loyal people. Kind people attract kind people. Excellence attracts excellence. You guys, each of you have beautiful leadership strengths inside of you. Each of you have these gifts that our company needs. And right beside me is a chair, and I'm sitting on the floor, but right beside me is this cute little bench that she put pillows on. And one of the things that I know is after being at the $1 Million Reunion is each of us have a chair there. Let me tell you something. You have a chair there. You have one there. All of us together have one there. And if there's something that I could tell you, is you don't have to wait for someone or something to validate you to be there. Because like I said at the beginning, God has already given you an assignment. He has given us as an area an assignment. Our company needs leaders to step up and to embrace and enjoy the journey and the work. And let me tell you guys, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. And as I sat there and sobbed, literally sobbed, as Gloria Mayfield Banks gave her very last speech as an active national sales director, she looked out at us in the crowd and she said, I am passing it on. And I'm asking you to take care of the company that I have loved and served in for many, many, many years. I'm asking you to please step up and to bring back more million-dollar directors because our company needs it. And so you guys, it does not matter where we are right now. What matters is that we take the assignment. We trust that God's going to bring the women, and we go and we harvest the field and we are faithful to it. Because I'm telling you, what is happening right now is a beautiful and precious thing. And it begins with each of us. I love you. And I just believe that this next year is going to be a year of such blessing and fruit. And I cannot wait to see what happens. I cannot wait to see this red hot call triple to so many beautiful directors, so many red jackets who have not yet stepped into this. And let's bring them. Let's invite them. Let's have them be here. Because when we obey and we are living in our assignment, other people get to too. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me share my heart. I'm so proud of you all. And I love you guys. I love you all to pieces. So I pray this has touched your heart. It has stirred your soul. And I just cannot wait to see how this next year just blossoms and grows. So there you go.
Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. Wow. Like, I don't even know if I have words to be able to say, Maya, of just how powerful this was. Like, I'm so thankful that you did get to go, and I'm going to try not to cry as well. So that you could bring that back to all of us, because that was just right. And I'm going to let somebody else talk so I don't cry anymore. Say Jennifer, Heidi, Emily,
I'd like
Sherry.
To see you cry, Mary.
Nope. I'm not a good crier at all.
Hey, I've been crying all month long, so let me tell you. It's just so neat. It goes back to where those events just change your lives, being in the midst of greatness, and it does elevate you. It elevates your vision, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you got to go. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, it feels like because we haven't gone to any events for 2 years, it's like we're a well that's like dried, and I feel like Maya just got like a fresh pouring of this water that's was just pouring over you, filling you up. And that way you can, give back out. And, how awesome that you got to do that with all those legacy leaders in our company. I mean, I'm so glad that you got to experience that, because I mean, some of them won't be there by the time we get there. You know what I mean? So when I was seeing the pictures you were sending back to us, you and our director group, and I was so jealous. Jennifer and Mary and I were like, oh my gosh, you got a picture of Gloria, and got a picture with all these are Mary Kay giants, you guys. Yeah. Maya got to sit at the feet of Mary Kay giants. And so I am just so glad. I'm just so thankful that you got to go. And I think you got to go at the right time. God had the right timing. And so, yeah, I think it also made it so precious, So I can't wait to join you. So, and all my girls that want to come.
Yes. 1,010% yes. Absolutely. It was so crazy, honestly, to hear about women who were there for the first time as $1 million director, and 2 years previous, nothing. Like, it really was, wow. You know what I mean? Because I think in the grand scheme of things, we think, oh my gosh, that's such a long time. But like, you really, yes, I had this vision because it was cool to see $1 million directors and national $1 million directors come with their area. And I know that I had sent a voice message to our directors, and I said, you all, I have this vision of coming back together to this event that is very intimate and very special. And I have goosebumps. And I took a picture with other top directors, and it was like perfect because there was one for each of them. And I was like, I envision this happening. But when each $1 million director gets to bring one guest. Each $1 million director gets to bring one guest. So just imagine the growth and explosion of our area and what will happen. And that's what I walked away with, was a new vision of not just bringing back Cadillac directors, but bringing back our fellow area $1 million directors and our area. Like it was thoughts I had never seen before in that way. So it was really, really cool to see.
So awesome.
Hey, ladies, this is Vicky. Hi, Smith. Hi. I'm so sorry that I'm late. I had to deal with some health challenges with my mom. She's doing better. We're home. It's COPD. And so I hate that I missed Maya. I was looking forward to it because I'm going to tell you, I ordered I think it was 27. Oh my God. And as I was driving, like it was, I don't know what you said, Maya, but from what I heard, it planted vision. It's like, why can't you be in the room? I need to be in the room.
Yes.
And those people, like several of them, the stories that they were sharing, it made it seem as though it was possible, but you had to go through something to get to the other side. And I mean, it was just amazing. Heather Daniel Kent's story when she showed the graph. I mean, that was like, I was crying. And it just made me feel like I need to be a part of a group of women who are elevated at a level of thinking so that I can elevate. So I'm even though I got crazy stuff going on, I'm fighting to get into the suit, to get back and take my rightful place so then I can bring others along the way. So as you were saying that you see that vision, I hope that you see me in that vision, because I know that I need to be in the room. And so I hate that I missed what you had to say, and I'm sure Mary recorded it and I'll listen to it, but I just wanted to point out to you that I know that it really played a role to create vision for me. And anyone that, was there, I can tell that it was just powerful.
Yes. I'm so glad that you just said I needed to be in the room. One of the things I said at the very beginning, Vicky, was like, there was this beautiful welcomingness to it. Whereas like, I don't know about all, like I said, you always get a little bit fearful about the next level, because will you be like a part? Will you fit in? Will you vibe? And like, yes. And I think that's why my vision changed of not just becoming $1 million director, but bringing my $1 million director sisters back with me. And we have our Pink Cadillac offspring. And yes. So I'm so thankful. Yes. I want you to be a part of that. I know we all do. And I know we already have what it takes. We already have what it takes, but now to take what we know to do, what we all know to do, and to go and to be good stewards of that hard work, of good work, and embracing that. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's the other like thought shifting thing, is that none of the 7 things that you shared were anything to do with booking, coaching, selling, or recruiting. You know what I mean? Like, we all do know those skills. And even if there's some of that you're not 110% with, you can still get that. But this, I mean, it is a total like mind, like head, heart, soul, like you said, like all of those things. That is the most important thing, because that makes all the difference in all the other stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This was another thing that's like actually on the recordings, and I actually bought, I think everyone on here has it, and Vicki, it sounds like you got it as well. So, and I can send it because I bought the package in which I can send it to multiple people without not honoring Curtis. So I did do that, which is great. But one of the other really powerful things was every top director talked about how she invests in her head, her mind, her body, or her soul 3 to 4 hours a day, because they wanted quality of work that they gave to be at top notch. And I was like, oh, but for the first time ever in my life, I got it, because this last year I felt like was the first time I actually embraced that, investing in those areas more than I ever had before. And it allowed my work to be at another level of work. And I finally understood that, I feel like, after this last year. So I could see how those things make a really big impact. And when you neglect those areas of your life, your business does fall. It does. So, So.
Yeah. Cause those are always the places that you feel like, oh, I need to devote less time, or I don't have enough time to those things, but those are the things that matter more than anything. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. Anyone else?
Well, I can be kind of like how you were when you were talking about how, like, that you were jealous that everyone else got to go. And I'm like, man, I just want to go to a company event, let alone $1 million retreat. And so, man, am I excited for leadership here in a few weeks. And I know, I mean, Emily, Vicki, I don't know if she been to, like,
yeah, she's been to company ones. Yeah,
that's what I thought. So Sherry hasn't either, and I know Emily hasn't. And it's like, man, how many women in our units haven't even been to seminar yet? No one in my unit has been. Like, it's just crazy to think that thought and know how life-changing just even our virtual seminars have been the last couple of years to what they are going to get to experience this year. And like, just to see the growth. I mean, this is my unit in chronological order of when they joined. And it's like a great reminder, we're growing, we're getting to 100 by the end of February is the goal. But like, that's happened all through pandemic, all virtually. Like, just to think once our units like get in person again and get to go to seminar, like just how much more excited they're going to be. And like, of course, so very happy that you got to go, that God worked it all out. I was just laughing when you're talking about bad things happening, because there's been something major happened every time I try to go to anywhere, even just like to town. I feel like for coffee chats, my husband gets COVID. Okay. Can't do a coffee chat anyway. So like, God just has a way of working through these events. And I'm so glad you got to go. So excited for, leadership coming up and career conference and seminar, and just so excited.
Well, thanks again, you guys, for just letting me share. Like I said, this really is just a piece of what was. And so I pray that you guys covet those trainings and you listen to them when you're cooking and when you're walking and when you're getting ready or when you're in the shower, or because I just know that when we are protecting our head, our heart, our mind, our bodies, I believe that really God is going to bless our area in ways that we have never seen before. And, I just believe that we are on the verge of an explosion, and we had an explosion this year. And I really believe that he is just preparing all of our hearts for that. And it's exciting to see. It's exciting to be a part of. And I'm honored that we're all together. So yeah.
Maya, what are the trainings that you're referring to? I'm not sure did we
I texted you in that group message about Merry Christmas. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. I'm going to make sure I got it.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen it then. So, awesome.
It was a group.
I was in a group though.
Yes.
And I think there were some reds in there. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Well, my friends, you're going to see a cute little video hopping in all in virtual beauty for tonight. And so it's a fun little 3-minute video in our all in virtual beauty group. And we are so excited. I also want to encourage you, please do not throw your hands up in the air these next 3 days. Okay. People are out shopping. People are bored. People need something to do. People are ready to start their businesses. You know what I'm saying? And so, it is the last 3 days as we know it for the $30 e-kit. So who can you call? Who can you follow up with? Who can you invite to listen over the next 3 days? I believe that we each can see an explosion in our team. So let's all get one yes. Let's get one yes for our area to grow these next 3 days. Dare yourself to 3 or to 5. And let's really lean into this $30 e-kit because we are not guaranteed it after December 31st. So happy New Year. We love you. We'll be posting our red hot schedule, any exciting fun things that are going to be coming and everything like that. So all right. Happy New Year. And we'll do all in family night on Monday. Yes. Right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.